Have you ever caught yourself wondering if that special guy in your life feels more for you than he lets on? Like deep down, beyond the everyday stuff? Hey there, I'm a relationship psychologist with over 15 years of guiding couples through those hidden layers of the heart. I've sat with so many people just like you, helping them spot the quiet signals of real connection. Today we're exploring something truly heartwarming. The 7 sweet signs that you've touched his heart way deeper than you might realize. These aren't random hunches. They come straight from the science of how we bond, backed by what I've seen in real lives over the years. Trust me, by the end of this, you might look back at your own moments and smile thinking, wow, that's us. So grab a cozy spot and let's dive in together. Sign 1. He shares his inner world without hesitation. He shares his inner world without holding back. You know, those quiet stories he doesn't tell just anyone, like a tough memory from his childhood that still lingers, or a dream he's chased but never voiced out loud. As a psychologist who spent years peeling back these layers in therapy sessions, I can tell you this is huge. It's all about building that secure attachment we talk about in psychology, where opening up feels like coming home, not like stepping into the unknown. See, a lot of guys grow up thinking they have to keep it all locked away to stay strong. But when you've really touched his heart, that changes. He lets you in because he trusts you with his true self, craving that raw, real connection. It's one of those sweet, tender moments that make love feel alive. Picture this. I had a client once who finally shared his fear of failure with his partner after months of silence. That single conversation, it turned their relationship into something unbreakable. If he's doing this with you, take a second to soak it in. You're his safe haven, and that's pure magic. Sign 2. He remembers the little things that light you up. He remembers the little things that make your world brighter. You know, like that quirky coffee order you mentioned once in passing, or the name of your childhood pet that pops up in conversation months later. In my 15 years as a relationship psychologist, I've witnessed this spark joy in so many couples. It's not just memory, it's a sign of deep emotional investment. Psychologically, it's tied to something called selective attention, where his brain naturally zeroes in on details about you because you're becoming a core part of his emotional landscape. Guys don't always notice everything, but when you've touched his heart, those small bits stick like glue. It's his way of saying, without words, you light me up, so I pay attention. Sweet, isn't it? I think back to a client whose partner surprised her with tickets to a band she'd casually raved about years ago. That gesture, it wasn't flashy, but it sealed their bond, showing he truly sees her. If he's pulling out these thoughtful nuggets for you, lean into it. You've carved a special spot in his mind and heart, and that's the kind of warmth that lasts. Sign 3. He weaves you into his future dreams. He weaves you right into his dreams for the future. You know those casual chats where he says things like, we should check out that cozy cabin next winter, or picture us exploring that city we've always talked about. In my 15 years diving deep into relationships as a psychologist, this is a beautiful telltale sign of emotional depth. It's fueled by oxytocin, that wonderful bonding hormone our bodies release when we're truly connecting, making long-term visions feel natural and exciting. A lot of guys might keep their plans solo at first, but when you've touched his heart, it flips to we without a second thought. It's his subtle way of whispering, I see you in my tomorrow. Sweet and profound, right? It shifts everything from just hanging out to building something real. I recall a client who started slipping in mentions of holiday traditions with his partner. It seemed small, but it was the spark that led them straight to the altar. If he's painting futures with you in the frame, hold on to that feeling. You've ignited a hope in him that's turning love into forever. Sign 4. Your joy becomes his top priority. Your joy lights him up like nothing else. Imagine this. He's the one who drops everything to cheer you on during a big day, or surprises you with a little pick-me-up when life's throwing curveballs. Maybe he skips his own plans just to be there when you need a hug. Or he's your biggest fan, pushing you toward your dreams without a hint of envy. In my 15 years as a relationship psychologist, I've seen this over and over. It's pure empathy in motion, where his heart syncs up with yours, mirroring your feelings because your happiness has become his fuel. Guys aren't always wired to prioritize emotions like that, but when you've touched him deeply, it flips a switch. Psychologically, it's about emotional contagion. The way close bonds let us share joys and sorrows as if they're our own. It's that selfless vibe saying, well, when you shine, so do I. Sweet and genuine, right? It creates this warm loop of intimacy that strengthens everything. I think of a client whose partner started showing up for her art shows, even rearranging work trips. That support? It wasn't just nice. It transformed their connection into something unbreakable. If he's making your smile his mission, feel that glow. You've reached a spot in his heart where love turns into true partnership, and that's the stuff that sticks forever. Sign 5. He shows gentle protectiveness, not control. He wraps you in a gentle kind of protectiveness that feels like a warm hug, not a cage. Think about those little acts, like texting to make sure you got home safe after a late night, or quietly stepping in to back you up when someone's being unfair, all without making a big scene or trying to control your choices. In my 15 years as a relationship psychologist, I've come to see this as one of the purest signs of deep care. It's rooted in our evolutionary wiring, where true bonds spark this instinct to safeguard what's precious, but in a healthy, respectful way that lifts you up. A lot of guys might confuse protection with possession, but when you've touched his heart, it's different. It's soft, supportive, and all about your well-being. Psychologically, it's tied to secure attachment styles, where he wants to be your shield because losing you isn't an option in his world. Sweet, right? It creates this cozy sense of security that lets love breathe. I remember a client whose partner would walk on the street side during strolls or check in during stormy weather, not out of jealousy, but pure concern. Those habits, they blossomed into a trust that carried them through tough times. If he's showing you this tender side, embrace it. You've awakened a devotion in him that's as real as it gets, making you feel truly cherished every step of the way. Sign 6. He introduces you to his inner circle. He eagerly brings you into his closest circle, the friends he's known forever, the family who shaped him, or even those quirky hobbies he guards like treasures. It's not just a casual intro. It's him lighting up as he says, "You've got to meet my best buddy from college," or pulling you along to a family dinner where stories flow like wine. In my 15 years as a relationship psychologist, this move stands out as a profound step. It's what we call social integration in the field, where blending worlds signals that he sees you as a lasting part of his life, not a fleeting chapter. Guys often keep their inner sanctums private until someone truly matters. But when you've touched his heart, he can't wait to merge those pieces. Psychologically, it's about trust and pride, showing you off because you're woven into his identity now. Sweet and affirming, isn't it? It turns mine into ours in the most heartwarming way. I think of a client whose partner introduced her to his tight-knit gaming group after just a few months. Awkward at first, but it sparked laughs and inside jokes that made her feel like family. That inclusion, it was the glue that held them through ups and downs. If he's opening those doors for you, step through with a smile. You've earned a spot in his heart's inner sanctum, where love feels like belonging. Sign 7. He grows and changes for the better because of you. He starts growing and evolving in ways that light up his whole life, all inspired by you. Maybe he's picking up healthier habits like hitting the gym more often because he wants to keep up with your energy, or he's opening up about his feelings in ways he never did before, tackling old patterns that held him back. In my 15 years as a relationship psychologist, this is one of the most touching transformations I see. It's what we call motivational transference, where the love and support from someone special sparks real, positive change, turning inspiration into action deep within our psyches. Guys don't always chase self-improvement on their own, but when you've touched his heart profoundly, you become that gentle catalyst. It's his way of saying, without fanfare, you make me want to be better. For us. Sweet and empowering, right? It weaves your influence into his growth, creating a bond that's alive and evolving. I remember a client who, after meeting his partner, finally pursued therapy for his anger issues, not because she pushed, but because her kindness showed him a kinder path. That shift, it didn't just change him, it deepened their love into something timeless. If he's blooming like this because of you, hold that close. You've ignited a fire in his soul that's reshaping him from the inside out, proving your place in his heart is forever etched. There you have it, my friends. These 7 sweet signs that you've woven yourself deep into his heart, often in ways that whisper rather than shout. As a relationship psychologist who's walked alongside countless couples over 15 years, I can promise you this. Spotting these moments isn't just about checking boxes. It's about feeling that quiet, unbreakable pull of true connection. It's the kind of love that grows roots, turning everyday glances into lifelong stories. If any of these resonated with you, take a breath and let it sink in. You're creating something beautiful, something real. You've got the power to nurture it, and trust me, it's worth every heartbeat. If this touched your heart today, hit that like button to spread the love, subscribe for more insights straight from the soul of relationships, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a video. What's one sign that's shown up in your life? Drop it in the comments below. I read everyone and can't wait to hear your stories. Remember, love starts with seeing the signs. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep cherishing those deep connections. Take care.